What the frick was that? Hey guys, Dude11 here. As you all know, the Steelers freaking lost again to the Bills. And they're starting out the year 11-0. They go on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Washington, and now they get embarrassed by Buffalo. It was 23-7 at one point. 23-7. The Steelers score a touchdown first, take a 7-0 lead, and then the Bills score 23 unanswered, and then it's just this offense just does nothing week after week. Ever since offense had a really good start to the year, and they were doing pretty good. Dallas was a little and then we get to Cincinnati and Jacksonville. Offense does amazing. Then Baltimore, second game against Baltimore, they play like crap. The game against Jacksonville, or not, who the frick did they play after Baltimore? Washington. They play like crap, and then they play crap against Buffalo. They just go 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Ben throws a pick six. Ben almost allows a scoop and score. Defense kind of played a bit bad. One of the positive things though is that the Steelers defense broke a record. They've gone 70 games in a row with sacking the quarterback. No team has ever done that before. So at least we have that. And the Steelers did clinch the postseason. The Steelers did clinch a playoff spot after Miami lost today. But then I said, oh, if the Steelers beat Buffalo and Cleveland loses to Baltimore tomorrow night, then the Steelers will clinch the division. Now that's not going to happen. Now Cleveland's probably going to beat Baltimore. And now the Browns looking like they could win the AFC North. I don't understand how... Okay, please answer me this. If the Steelers are 11 and... If the Steelers' offense is so bad, how are we 11-2? How did we start off the year 11-0? I can tell you why. It's because the offense actually was good. Like the beginning of the year, towards the middle of the year. I don't know what happened. Ever since the second Baltimore game, the game got rearranged a million times because the Ravens are filthy scumbags, can't keep themselves clean. They've just been off. I have not seen the Steelers play a good game since that. God. They've just been playing like absolute poo-poo. Now next week, Steelers play against Cincinnati on Monday night. That should be a win. Cincinnati got embarrassed by Dallas today, and Andy Dalton got revenge against his former team, so that was pretty cool. And then it'll be home against the Colts, and then it'll be at the Browns in Week 17. And by the way it's going, that Week 17 game against Cleveland might determine who wins the AFC North. And yeah, I know, well, geez, Evan, you should be happy. The Steelers are in the playoffs. If the Steelers don't get their heads out of their asses, they're not going to do anything once they get there. They don't have the number one seed anymore. Now the Chiefs have it after they almost lost to Miami today. I mean, the Chiefs had a pretty big lead, and Miami came back. Chiefs have won a lot of close games. They barely beat Denver the second time they played. They barely beat Carolina. They barely beat the Raiders the second time they played. And then they just keep winning and winning. The Chiefs keep finding ways to win. The Steelers keep finding ways to freaking lose. And I know why they keep finding ways to lose, because the offense is horrible. Randy Fickner needs to get the frick out of Pittsburgh right now. Fire this man. Just fire him. We're not doing anything while he's offensive coordinator. Keith Butler is a great fit for defensive coordinator. Ever since he came in, I mean, his defense was bad, but then over time, now the defense is amazing. The Steelers' defense is amazing under Keith Butler. The only thing, you want to know how to beat the Steelers? Just purposefully go on 3rd and 20, and then the Steelers will just let you get a first down. Because they don't know how to block people or cover people deep. They'll just leave a guy wide open. They do it all the time. And then running the ball is horrible. The Steelers' rush offense used to be good. Like the first 6 games of the year, first 6, 7 games, the rush offense was really good. But then ever since the Baltimore game, like the first time we played Baltimore, it's just been complete dog poo-poo. This team, man, I had so much high hopes for this team once the season began, and then they just want to play like crap. They just... We're still winning the division. We're still in first. We're still going to be in the playoffs. But by the way we're playing, we might not even win the division anymore. We go from looking like the Steelers could go 16-0 to now we're probably going to go like 12-4. Because we're 11-2 right now. If we lose out, we'll be 11-5. If we win out, we'll be 14-2. I doubt we're going to win the rest of our games. If we did, that'd be pretty cool. But I doubt we're going to do so. Buffalo, and congrats to the Bills. They had a great game. They were slow at first, but then the offense got right back to it. I mean, Josh Allen was very slow at first. They did nothing. Then he threw an interception in the first quarter. But, of course, the Steelers like to do nothing when they get turnovers. So, of course, you're going to beat Pittsburgh. And Ben had a horrible game. He threw 2 interceptions. He had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Stephon Diggs played great, which is, I guess, is a good thing because I started Stephon Diggs in fantasy today and I blew out my opponent today. So I guess that's one thing to be positive about. But of course, it's fantasy, so it doesn't matter. I mean, and football doesn't affect my life either. It's not going to change anything. But God, it pisses me off so much. Just to go in and get embarrassed like that. We lost to Buffalo last year at home. And I was like, oh, we're going to get a revenge game. Nope, we play like shit. It's just... Oh my God. This team is going to make me go cuckoo. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen in postseason. If the Steelers even make it past, like, I don't know what's going to happen. We're probably not going to get the divisional bye anymore. I don't even know if Kansas City just doesn't lose. No matter what happens. Like, Patrick Mahomes threw 3 interceptions today, and they still won. I don't know what's going to happen. If the season were to end right now, the Steelers will play Miami in the wild card round. They probably lose to them. The Steelers always just find ways. How do we start the season 11-0, and then now we're 11-2? I mean, I know, well, at least you're not the Jets and are 0-13 and haven't won a single game yet. Okay, I don't really care about the freaking Jets. What I care about is if we're just be as good as your record shows. Don't be like the Bears and start out 5-1 and be crap. And now they're 6-7. I knew the Bears weren't going to be good. The Bears have been dog crap the whole year. How they were 5-1 in the first place could mind boggles me. Now they're 6-7 where they should be. Just be as good as your record shows. The Steelers are not an 11-2 team. The Steelers, by the way, they look like an 8-8 team, like how they were last season. Like last year, the Steelers' defense was amazing. The offense was crap. Now we're back at that again. But Mason Rudolph and Doug Hodges on our quarterback is Big Ben. I don't even know if we're Super Bowl contenders anymore. We sure don't look like it. If we even play Kansas City, we're going to get blown out. Our defense could probably stop their offense, but our offense can't do anything. The Steelers score an offensive touchdown in the first quarter, and then they don't do anything until the fourth. It's just, and that's the main reason why we lose. We go multiple quarters and not do anything. That's how we lost to Washington last week, and it's how we lost to Buffalo this week. And if we lose, and if next week is most likely going to be a win, we might lose to Indianapolis. I'm not sure. That's gonna be like a heated game in this household because I'm a Steelers fan and my parents are Colts fans, so we're gonna be watching that. And it's just probably gonna lose that game, but I don't know. Indianapolis is weird. I mean, they lost to Jacksonville back in week 1. Jacksonville's only win is against the Colts. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I gotta go to bed or something before I get too pissed off my brain explodes.